Hey, what's up anime fam? Okay, so, what's actually more tragic than death in anime? It's becoming the exact thing you once hated. These characters didn't just have bad days, right? They literally transformed into perfect copies of what they swore to destroy. Just imagine, you spend your whole life fighting monsters, then one day you look in the mirror and, oh snap, you're the monster now. This isn't just some random plot twist, guys. It's straight up psychological horror. And it makes us wonder, how thin is that line between hero and villain? And here's the part that keeps me up at night. Their falls from grace actually made perfect sense. Let me break it down for you. Obito Uchiha started as the most optimistic character in Naruto. A boy who valued friendship above all else. His moral code was unshakable. He would never abandon a comrade until he witnessed the love of his life die, shattered his worldview, and emerged as a masked terrorist who orchestrated a world war. The boy who once prioritized saving friends sacrificed thousands of lives for his perfect world illusion. Or take Light Yagami, a brilliant student who wanted to eliminate crime and corruption. He started with a noble goal: create a world where innocent people could live without fear. But his pursuit of justice transformed him into something far worse than the criminals he executed. I will become the god of this new world. The moment he revealed his complete transformation from idealistic student to megalomaniacal tyrant. Even Kaido, one of One Piece's most terrifying villains, once dreamed of being Joy Boy, a liberator who would break chains and bring freedom. Instead, he became the perfect tyrant, enforcing the very systems of oppression he once fought against. The ultimate irony? His brutal attempts to break Luffy's spirit actually created the perfect conditions for Joy Boy's return in his enemy. But these transformations didn't happen by accident. There's a psychological pattern that connects all these tragic falls. The most compelling villains in anime share one devastating truth. Their transformation happened through a series of small compromises that made perfect sense in the moment. Take Kaneki Ken, a gentle human who was horrified by ghouls and their predatory nature. After being unwillingly transformed into a half-ghoul, his greatest fear was losing his humanity. But trauma after trauma pushed him toward increasingly brutal behavior, until his famous line captures it all. "I'm not the protagonist of a novel or anything. I'm a ghoul." The moment he accepted becoming what he once feared most. Lelouch Lamperouge's story follows the same pattern, but with a crucial difference: self-awareness. He began as a boy who despised the Britannian Empire for its conquest and oppression. Yet to destroy Britannia, he adopted the same ruthless, strong devour the weak philosophy of his father. The ultimate irony? He literally became the 99th emperor, assuming the very position he initially rebelled against. But unlike the others, Lelouch was fully aware of this contradiction, crafting his masterful Zero Requiem, deliberately becoming the world's most hated tyrant to unite humanity against himself. Leonard Burns represents a more subtle version of this pattern. An idealistic firefighter who believed in protecting people from infernals. After witnessing corruption within the Holy Soul Temple, he consciously chose to embody aspects of what he hated: secrecy and manipulation, believing it necessary to protect a greater truth. His eye patch symbolizes how he's forced to look away from his original ideals, while simultaneously seeing a harsh truth others cannot. Even in a more contemplative series like Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, this pattern emerges. Fern initially resented magic users after witnessing how their power could harm the vulnerable. Yet as her journey progresses, she gradually becomes increasingly focused on magical power, sometimes at the expense of human connections. The subtle tragedy? While Frieren, an immortal mage, learns to appreciate human connection, Fern slowly becomes the kind of power-focused mage she once resented. These characters reveal something profound about human nature. The line between hero and villain isn't crossed in one dramatic moment. It's eroded through a series of compromises that each made perfect sense at the time. Their tragic arcs force us to ask uncomfortable questions. How solid are our own convictions? What might push us to compromise our core values? Because the most disturbing realization these characters offer is that anyone, even the most idealistic hero, can become what they hate under the right circumstances. If you want to explore more psychological patterns in anime that reveal disturbing truths about human nature, subscribe now. Our next analysis explores why the most compelling anime villains are often right about everything except their solutions.